For several months now, Marco Rubio's State Department has been engaged in what staffers are referring to as a witch hunt to find any staffers at all who may have talked about certain people in a negative way or certain groups in a positive way. Now, here's what's going on. You have State Department Undersecretary Darren Betty. And Mr. Betty, of course, served as a speechwriter in Donald Trump's first term, but was then fired after he appeared with white nationalists. But he found a new job in the new Trump administration, so he landed on his feet, right? But he sent out a request for information a couple months ago. And that information was all records of internal communication related to 39 individuals and 16 organizations. Internal communications from staff. We need to find out if any of these staffers are talking about these groups or these people. We got to figure that out. And as of today, he's actually received most of the internal communications, private conversations that staffers have had. So his little witch hunt appears to be going successfully. So the big question, of course, is who does he want to know if these people are talking about them? Well, you've, of course, got the usual suspects, right? Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. But the list goes even deeper than that because it includes people like Alex Jones and Joe Rogan. Are any of our staffers talking bad about these two crazy conspiracy theorists? Because if so, you got no place in the State Department. If you don't like Alex Jones and Joe Rogan, pack your stuff and leave? Is that what they're trying to do? Let me read you the full list. It includes former U.S. cybersecurity official Chris Krebs, who, of course, Donald Trump has launched an investigation into. Anti-Trump conservative Bill Kristol, Atlantic reporter Ann Applebaum, Bill Gates, Trump, Musk, Alex Jones, Joe Rogan, Kennedy, as well as organizations. And these are the ones where if you speak in favor or speak against, depending on which group it is, here they are. If you're positive about Black Lives Matter, if you're negative about January 6th or QAnon or immigration or anti-vaxxers, they also want to know who you are. So they're engaged in this little bit of a witch hunt to find people who may not represent the MAGA mentality, I guess. We're now punishing thought crimes. The punishment, of course, is you lose your job at the State Department. This just goes beyond anything. I mean, good God, this is, by the way, straight out of Project 2025. But it's also just so insane. It's one thing to read it in Project 2025. It's another when you start seeing it in practice. When it finally becomes real, the level of disgust just goes through the roof here. Staffers, of course, not happy about it. One of them did refer to it, as I said, as a witch hunt. Another said it was unusual and improper. And then a third staffer went even further, saying, quote, "It stank to high heaven. This could be used for retaliation. This could be used for any kind of improper purposes, and our oversight committees should be informed of this." So inform them. You're the staffer. You got a request. Why don't you go run to Congress and be like, holy hell, guys, investigate this. This is not okay. We cannot be punished for thought crimes. I shouldn't lose my job because I don't like Alex Jones. I shouldn't be fired because I'm not tuning into Joe Rogan's podcast every time he launches a new one. That is insane. But in this administration, there is no room for dissent. There is no room for independent thinkers, and by God, there is no room for people who do not fully subscribe to the MAGA agenda. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.